The sky over Fort Elridge was slate gray that morning, the low clouds promising rain, but nothing would dampen the buzz rippling through the base. Word had spread by first light. President Trump was on his way. Lieutenant Rachel Meyers stood at rigid attention just outside the mess tent. Her crisp uniform, the only bright spot in the drab, damp air. At 27, she'd seen plenty of VIP visits. Brass and polished boots, scripted smiles, ketchup on white gloves. But today was different. Today, there'd be no silver service, no soft linens, just real soldiers eating real MREs alongside the commander-in-chief. At precisely 1,100 hours, the ground vibrated as Marine One settled on the sandy helipad. Soldiers snapped to salute as former President Donald J. Trump emerged, not in a suit, but in windbreaker, khakis, and dusty combat boots. No cameras, no press gaggle, just a small detail team, Secret Service, and genuine curiosity. Trump strode forward, scanning the assembled troops. Rachel swallowed the pinch of nerves, twisting her stomach. She had written that letter, 3 simple lines in blue ink challenging him to sit down with us like one of the troops. She had not expected a response. Certainly not this. Lieutenant Meyers? His voice was warm under the tactical headset. You're the brave soul who invited me. Welcome to Fort Elridge, sir, Rachel managed, saluting. Behind her, Private Tony Vasquez, 19, and Private Sarah Jenkins, 20, shifted anxiously. They tell me lunch is served in the usual style, brown pouch, heater pack, folding chair. Ours, Rachel corrected with a grin. No catering, sir. Your table is ready. They entered the tent, where a single folding table bore 6 MRE packs, heater bricks, plastic spoons, and canteens. The shelter's canvas walls rattled in the breeze. Rain threatened at the edges. The soldiers chosen for today, Gazzetti the radio operator, O'Connor the medic, Vasquez and Jenkins, stood by, uncertain whether to salute or just stare. Trump slid onto the folding chair beside Vasquez. You look like you've seen combat already, he deadpanned. Vasquez's jaw clenched. Just the first week of field training, sir. Trump nodded. Well, let's see what keeps you going. Rachel stepped up. Your options, sir. Chili mac, beef stew, or the mystery entree surprise. I hear the stew is the least likely to taste like betrayal. The tent erupted in chuckles. Trump tapped his watch. Stew it is. Let's see if it can survive my standards. He tore open the plastic pouch, revealing brown slurry and a few diced carrots. Steadying the flameless heater beneath it, he added water. Feels like I'm defusing a bomb, he joked. All part of the fun, sir, Vasquez said, offering a quick tutorial. The heater hissed, steam rising. Moments later, Trump peeled back the film seal, sniffed deeply, and took an exaggerated bite. Silence. Then, in a tone both surprised and sincere, wow, this actually tastes like effort. The soldiers burst out laughing. Even Rachel felt the taut tension ease. It's more than calories, she said, leaning in. These are survival tools, engineered in labs, tested in deserts and jungles. Trump leaned back, chewing slowly. Never thought about the people behind the packaging. Rachel nodded. Dietitians, food scientists, veterans, all working to keep you fed when you have no kitchen. He unwrapped a peanut butter cracker. This feels like a puzzle piece. He bit, and not an easy one. Private Jenkins grinned. Sir, when you're out there, even cardboard tastes like progress. Trump laughed, wiping crumbs on his pant leg. Progress tastes better than I expected. Rachel produced a faded photograph. My mother in Iraq. She lived on MREs for months. Wrote me letters about how awful they were, but said they kept her alive. He took the photo gently. She must have been something. She was, Rachel whispered, voice thick. She passed when I was 14, but she taught me that feeding the fighters isn't just about food, it's about hope. Trump's eyes softened. She'd be proud. Outside, the wind picked up, but inside the tent, the world felt still. Trump cleared his throat. What's the hardest part of your job, Lieutenant? Rachel paused. Watching young soldiers go off with nothing but this stew, and knowing some never come back. That might be their last meal. Vasquez looked away. Jenkins' lips trembled. Trump's jaw tightened. Nobody tells you that part, he said quietly. I never knew. Rachel forced a smile. Someone has to. Trump reached into his pocket and drew out a gleaming presidential challenge coin. I only give these to people who've earned it. Private Vasquez, you've earned it. Tony's eyes widened. He took the coin as if it might shatter. Around him, soldiers stared. Rachel blinked back emotion. Trump looked around. Today, I didn't just lead, I learned. You all deserve more than cardboard and heater packs. You deserve our gratitude. A fresh breeze swept through the tent's flaps, carrying the scent of damp earth and determination. Trump stood, pulling off his cap. Let's toast one more time to MREs, to the people behind them, and to the sacrifices we so often forget. They raised water bottles and canteens. Trump took a final bite of the infamous mystery entree, swallowed, and quipped, still tastes like punishment, but I'll take it gladly. Laughter roared, echoing off canvas and mud. In that shared moment, commander and private, veteran and rookie, the divisions between rank and office dissolved into something far more powerful: human connection. That afternoon, Colonel Bradford found Rachel in the tent's shadows. Lieutenant, you've shown courage beyond the call of duty. Effective immediately, you're promoted to captain. Rachel's eyes went wide. Sir, thank you. Trump reappeared at the tent's edge and saluted crisply. Captain Meyers has a nice ring to it. She shook his hand, heart pounding. Thank you, sir, for everything. He tipped his cap. Now I'll get back to feeding the brave. Before boarding Marine One, Trump turned to the assembled troops. Fort Elridge, thank you for feeding me more than food. Thank you for feeding me truth. The helicopter's rotors whirred as Trump climbed aboard. He gave one last wave, then lifted off, leaving behind a tent full of soldiers blinking at the sky and at each other. In the weeks that followed, a video clip of Trump struggling with the heater pack, sharing stories, and presenting the challenge coin went viral. Veterans from every conflict tweeted #RFortElridge. Schools sent letters of thanks, and even 98-year-old Captain Eliza Monroe, the World War II Army nurse who'd inspired Rachel, watched on her small TV, tears sliding down her cheeks. He read my letter, she whispered. Inspired, Trump quietly launched the Honor Meals Initiative, a program to share the stories behind MREs, recognize field mess teams, and connect civilian volunteers with military nutrition officers. Fort Elridge received handwritten cards from school children, thank you notes from grandmothers, and care packages optimized by volunteers. Months later, with autumn's chill in the air, Trump returned unannounced, this time bringing his own MRE pouch and a handwritten note from Captain Monroe. Around the table once more, they laughed over old stories, shared new ones, and raised a toast not to politics, but to friendship and respect. As he bit into the stew, he winced melodramatically. Still tastes like cardboard. Laughter bubbled up, tears in Rachel's eyes as she realized the truth. Sometimes the most unexpected moments, over a simple brown pouch in a muddy tent, become the memories that forge us all. And somewhere in that laughter and light, Fort Elridge's message rang clear. Serving one another, truly listening, and sharing a meal can bridge any divide and leave even the most hardened leader speechless.